When I got sober from alcohol, my son was 12 years old. He actually turned 13 while I was in rehab. I also missed Mother's Day. That year, his birthday and Mother's Day were just a couple days apart. At the time, I was devastated. I felt incredibly guilty, so ashamed to be a mother who is missing her son's 13th birthday, becoming a teenager, and spending Mother's Day in rehab. Like, what kind of mother am I? You know? I have come to see it completely differently, almost 5 years in. I see it now as a gift. I have always been a good mom. I have. I take pride in that, and I know that I've always been a good mom. What alcohol took away from my ability to be the mother that I would have loved to have been, like the full holistic mother, is presence of mind and of emotion. I was physically present all the time. I went to all his games, all his school functions. I was home in the evenings. I was not out at the bars. I was not partying. I was always there, and I love being a mom, and I always have, even when I was struggling. But I couldn't be fully present mentally for him because I was just so struggling. My issues with alcohol caused a lot of friction between my husband and I. There was a lot of arguing. There was a lot of chaos. There was a lot of me crying at night because inevitably a lot of times when I would get really drunk, I would end up in tears for whatever reason. And my son was a witness to all of that. So even though he had a present mom, he had a mom who was unfortunately creating a chaotic home life. I am so proud to say that I have been sober for his entire high school career. I'm so proud to say that I have been presence of mind and physically and emotionally in every way I possibly could for his whole 4 years of high school. He graduates this June. As you can tell, I'm doing really well with that. He's our only child, so I only got one shot at this. The other day he came home and I was asking about his day and what he did in his classes, and he has English, of course, and how was English? What did you guys do? And he said they wrote an essay, and I said, oh, what was the topic of the essay? And he said, home. And I was like, home? Like home, like your physical house? Home? And he was like, well, yeah. And I'm like, oh, cool. Like, what was the prompt? And he was like, well, she just wanted us to write about, like, our home. And I said, oh, okay, cool. I'm like, so what did you write? And he said that he wrote that his home was his favorite place to be. That at home, he could be fully himself. And so I said, so you basically wrote about how home was your safe place? And he said, yes. I guarantee he would not have written that essay in that way had I kept drinking. Guarantee. And to know that my nearly 18-year-old son feels that home is a safe space and a safe place means everything to me. Everything. And I'm not perfect, and I'm still learning how to do this thing called life and mothering and sober living and all of that. But it makes my heart like absolutely explode that he feels that way. And I did ask if I could read the essay, and he said no. Oh, I did, by the way, say, did you write about Dad and I in the essay? And he's like, well, yeah. Well, what'd you say about it? So I'm not telling. So I asked if I could read the essay. He said at first no. This was like playful banter back and forth. And I said, oh, come on. And so then he said, how about I let you, maybe I will let you read the essay when I graduate. And I was like, deal, kid. So I'm really hoping he lets me. If he doesn't, that's okay too. He shared enough that it really, really moved me. And I just wanted to share that, because if somebody out there is still listening and you think there's no hope for you, and your children have seen you at your worst, and how can you ever come back from that? You can. You can. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, but my God, look at the reward I just got. It's so worth it. Don't drink today. Bye.